Hi, good morning, and happy Saturday to you. I have to laugh because because you get to see this little tiny corner of my room, and if you saw the rest of the room, you would just crack up. Like this is real life with Gail Ruth Peterson. So my bed's still not made. The dog is on the bed, which is not a good thing because if there's another dog or somebody walks by, he's going to be making noise. Um, yeah, this is life with me. So welcome to my world. I guess that's what Fireside Chat's all about, right? I just want you to know that I'm so real. um, I was kind of late last night, and I've had a busy weekend. I'm going to see family. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going to stay in a sweet little Airbnb on the beach. I wanted to have one day of solitude. That is just so good for my soul. How about you guys? um, are you? I mean, I am an extrovert. I love to be around people, but I have to have my time alone. I don't get very much time alone here. I don't have any space of my own here, very little. So I don't feel like I have room to create, and I don't. I mean, I use what I have. But I I'm missing space to be fully creative, I guess. To be able to work well, I have to pull everything out to work and put everything away when I'm done and pull it back out again to finish. And it's cumbersome, but that's what I got. And I'm good with it. But I, hey, don't you bark. Hey, hey. Sorry, the dog is starting. I'm going to put him away. Hold on one second. You're going out of the room. Come on. No, don't you snap at me. Come on, get out of here. Get out here. Go on now. Go on. Go on, Sketch. Go on. Get out of this room. All right. I knew I probably shouldn't have let him in here in the first place, so I apologize, friends. That is life with a dog. Hey, good morning, Diane. Nice to see you. So, as I was saying, what was I saying? So, yeah, it gets a little crazy sometimes here with just trying to get things done with my mom and stuff. So it just made me laugh this morning when I said good morning because it looks so neat and tidy on the screen, but you don't see what's behind that camera. So it has been a really amazing week. Um, I've mentioned before that I am part of an art, or I guess it's a group of creative people. There's a lot of people in this group that are creative in a number of ways, and some of them are creative in multiple ways. There are musicians, there are play playwrights, there are poets, authors, artists, wood carvers, jewelry makers, songwriters, and there's a lot of different people in this group. And I just love the encouragement. As a Christian group, we do pray for each other. We have various times when we can meet with small groups within the large group, where there's thousands of people in that group. And I've met some really wonderful, very sweet people in that group. But I am learning a lot about mindset and having your heart right, and the importance of like evaluating. And um, I've just been doing a lot of regrouping of what I have been trying to do for the last year and a half or so. Hi, Pebbles. Nice to see you this morning. I appreciate you being on this morning. Um, there's a lot of distractions around me this morning, so please, please forgive me. But again, this is real life with Gail Ruth Peterson. So if you are watching live, of course, please let me know that you're there, and I would love to say good morning and welcome you. If you're watching on the replay, just let me know that you watched on the replay, and that I get the opportunity to say thanks for hopping on and joining me this morning. So the other part of this is this with this group is just really learning how to um, see what I have a passion to do, what I like doing, with art and writing, and exploring how these are gifts that God has given me to be used for His kingdom. And you may have seen a post I did, I don't know, a week or two ago, where I really started to I really wanted to reflect and think more deeply about what does that mean? What does it mean to live for the kingdom of God? Hi, Pam. Nice to see you this morning. Good Saturday morning. I love that. You have to see Pam's greeting. This is adorable. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're on this morning, Pam. So, I got distracted, but that was cute. So definitely worth the distraction. um, but I have, so I've come to define what that means to use your gifts and talents for the kingdom. Basically means when we live and we do what we do, we say we do it all for the glory of God. Sometimes I don't know if we really think about what that means, but for me, I think, this is after recently really meditating on this, really thinking and reflecting upon it. For me, living to glorify God and using my gifts to glorify God would mean to bring the glory, the good, the beauty, and the power of God into the earth through me in the best way that I can, using the gifts that God's given me. I really love that definition. It kind of gives me a picture that's a little fuller than what it used to be for me. And so as I've been working with sketches, and I've been really, just asking the Lord, you've given me this desire to sketch. And, recently, since the summer, I've had this desire to sketch children. It's crazy. It is so far from what I have in the past had a desire to do. But since I have had this desire to sketch children, doing various things, young children, I've had to ask, well, what am I supposed to do with that? And so, as I have been thinking through that, things are coming to me. And I know if you've seen some of my posts, you've probably seen just little hints to the fact that there's a coloring book coming. This is going to be a little bit different coloring book. I really want to engage people in the experience, and I have various ways in which I hope to encourage people to get engaged. Now, of course, you can just have one of these coloring books and open it up and color like you've colored in any other adult coloring books, but you'll have the opportunity to maybe work through a coloring book with a little bit more thought, intention, and opportunity for reflection and meditation while you're coloring in these coloring books. So I'm really excited because I feel like this is, that I'm not just creating a coloring book because, hey, I sketch and it would be cool to make a coloring book. Hey, like a million people do them, right? But I've been really thinking and praying about how would my coloring book be different, and how would it bless people, and how would it be something of benefit to people that they don't have now. Because let's face it, you can buy a gazillion coloring books right out in the store. You can go to Hobby Lobby and spend a royal fortune on it. Hey, Jen, nice to see you this morning. Thank you for hopping on. So as I was saying, this has been, being in this group has really kind of opened up my thoughts and um, my intention, um, and my understanding of what is this passion that God has given me to do. Why is it so nagging, even when at times it just seemed like I was just failing and flailing and not knowing what I was doing and never would and had no business sense. I can paint, draw, and sketch, but I don't know how to do a business, which is still true. But it's been really neat to have this encouragement to think through each thing much more carefully. Like, what's your most prominent thing that you love to do? What seems to bless people most? And what is God's purpose in it? Like, and just really be thinking through those things more intentionally, piece by piece, kind of taking it all apart, throwing it all. This is kind of my picture in my mind, throwing all these things on my bed, because that's the biggest area that I have to do this, and look at it and say, okay, here's the puzzle pieces. I've just opened the box. And what am I going to do with all these pieces? How do they fit together? What pieces do I start with first? When you do a puzzle, you start with the corners, right? You start with the corners and the edges, and you go from there, and then you start building in. And that is exactly the tools that I've been given in this group, um, to really think through, where are the corners? What are those cornerstones? And then how do I fill in the edges? And then looking ahead, what will be the things that fill in to complete this picture, this puzzle? And you know what? It's coming together. It is coming together. Um, I've just gotten a commission to do several pieces of artwork. And I've been really encouraged by the affirmation of other people who have been um, not only affirming things that I've been feeling like the direction God wants me to go, but people have actually said to me, have you ever thought of doing XYZ? And those are the very things that I've been praying about, because I've been thinking that God's already putting those things on my heart. And that is a wonderful way to get affirmation, right? Um, for things that you feel like God is saying. I'm sure that's happened to you guys watching. So I'd love to hear about that. If you've got a story to tell, click on there and let me see what I'd love to see how God has done that in your own life. That is so amazing when you feel as though God has put something on your heart. You're not 100% sure. You ask Him for clarity, and then how He pulls that all together for us through other people observing. And what it's really cool, like what has happened with me with this mentoring group, is that there have been people that I don't even know, but maybe I've posted something in the Facebook group with this group of people, maybe a picture or something that I've written, and they'll come back with a comment that lines up with where I feel like God. I mean, that is just so amazing that God could put it on someone else's heart. They don't even know who I am, and then they could be encouraging me to go forward with something that they don't even know I'm already praying about. I just love that. Just absolutely love how God works and how He affirms what is on His heart. And so it's been really, really fun this week to see that in action um, during the week this week. So anyway, I'm getting ready to go to South Carolina. I'm going to be visiting family. I'm going to see my dad and his wife Millie. I haven't seen them for Christmas yet. And next month is my dad's birthday, so I have um, I have a number of things to do, and I'm actually going to check out some galleries in Charleston. Now I know that galleries in Charleston are probably all um, the type of galleries that you don't get into unless you are referred by managers and people who do that for well-known artists. But that's okay. I want to start thinking about what that could look like, to present my work in galleries, and I feel like God is starting to give me, and also my practice is starting to get, and also the advice of caring friends who are in who are artists and have given me feedback, and I've done my best to apply that, and I can see, I don't know, have y'all seen some of the things that I have posted lately? I can see a difference, and I really feel like God is doing something different with my art, and I'm excited to see what he might do with that in the future. So um, that's something that I want to explore while I'm in Charleston, which is a huge area for art galleries there. If you've never gone to Charleston, you should go to Charleston. It's such a lovely city. I don't know that I'd want to live there, um, but I wouldn't mind, I guess. But it is a really fun city to visit. And if you ever want to have a really cool experience, check out sometime in the spring. There is an art show where art galleries in Charleston, downtown in the old section, they open the art galleries for people just to come in, kind of open houses, and you just walk around the city from gallery to gallery, and you go, you eat little hors d'oeuvres they serve you, and you can walk around with little plastic glasses of champagne, which is fun, and then you go around and look at the art, and you just act as though you're really rich and you're looking at art. So that's not what the weekend is this weekend, but it will be fun to check out the art galleries, and just begin to have a vision of myself and my work being presented in galleries and in various places in the days ahead. So I'm working on some bigger pieces now, and I really would love to, just see where all of that will go. So that's just a little bit of catching up with where I'm at with some of my ventures myself. Yes, there are some really amazing secondhand stores and vintage stores in Charleston, which those are also fun. And of course, I just love walking through the marketplace. That's always fun. I could pretty much tell you everything that's there, most of the things they sell, but there's a lot of things that are there that you can't get anywhere else, and it's always fun to shop there as well. Oh, thank you so much, Diane. She's encouraged me. I'm seeing a difference in your art and in your person and in you personally. Well, thank you. I feel like that's happening to me too. I can't go into all the ways in which I see that, but I definitely see that in just some different relationships that that are new in my life, and it's, it's really just blowing my mind. But yes, it is amazing how God uses others to help us. It's been really cool. This has been a very really cool season for that for me, which is fun, and especially now that my mom has moved back in, and it's I really have a different attitude this time about mom being with me, and I really loved her company and vice versa. um, but I also see God blessing me with other things that I have really wanted and really longed for, and I feel like He's pulling it together, which is really cool. Good morning, Renee. Thank you so much for hopping on this morning. I appreciate that. It's nice to see you today. So, that was just today. I just was wanted to give you kind of a rundown on where things are at, and what I'm working on. And I I also I don't know if you have seen this on Facebook or Instagram, uh, things that I've posted, but I do have two blogs. One is a blog that I do with the posts that I put on Facebook each day. When I do those at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm just kind of still half asleep. And you'll find that a lot of times they're not very grammatically correct. And they really need to be kind of polished up. So I do later in the day or a couple of days later, I do polish them up and edit them, and then I post them in my new blog, which is called Bringing Hope Building Faith .blog. Pretty original, right? I'm sure you've seen that hashtag on my Facebook posts. But that is a great place for you to refer people to if you see a post on Facebook you really like, and then you want to share that with somebody who maybe isn't on social media or isn't on very frequently, and you could send the link to them. And so it's a great way to share with friends. um, Also, I have a new blog that is not written daily, but it's written about once a week or so, and that is on my website, gailruthartgallery.com. And it is on the page called Follow My Journey, or Follow the Journey. And um, that blog basically is just talking about when I do a piece of art, or I'm writing something and what's inspiring me, or do I what am I intending with it. It's just kind of follow the journey of being creative, and what inspires me to do what I might do one day. So that one should be a fun one to follow, and it's just kind of interesting, I think, to just to see. I mean, I even find it interesting, and it's happening in my life. But I just find it interesting how God, as I've been saying this morning, how He inspires and encourages and kind of affirms different directions through different friends in different situations. It's been really, really neat. So, those are the kinds of stories that you will find on that blog. And that one isn't called Bringing Hope Building Faith, but I think it will help build faith in someone's life if they read some of those stories, and even just encourage others to be creative, even if you're not creative in the way we think of creativity as arts or crafts, but just to be able to understand how to create, how to, um, I guess you could say, even produce or to function in ways that uses the gifts and talents that God has given you. So um, that's my share with you this morning. I hope I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend, and I hope your weather is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous here, and I am looking forward to an evening and a morning at the beach, even though it's going to be probably really cold at the beach. But just to have that time to watch and listen to the waves while I write and pray and just have quiet solitude with the Lord. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you all again next week on Fireside Chat. Thank you for being here. And if you are on the replay, let me know. I'd love to say good morning to you. All right. Bye, friends.